Today I'm talking with Kate Morris about what made her finally go for music, what it's like balancing that with being a mom, and how she's figuring out the independent artist side of things as she goes. We also talked songwriting, self doubt, and her new single, Tumbleweeds. Hello, Kate Morris. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. What's a little bit about you? Where are you from originally? Where you living now?
Um, yes. So I'm living in California, Southern California now, Orange County. But I grew up in New Hampshire, which is where I happen to be right now. I'm actually at Lake Winnipesaukee. I grew up north of here, but I have family down here, so we're splitting up the time between different sections of the state. But this is where I grew up, and it's podunk and beautiful and very much the country. So I think that's a lot of where I get my country roots from. But SoCal is where I've been for a long time.
What's the music scene in SoCal for country?
Surprisingly, it's I think it's pretty nothing. I don't know. There's a lot of really talented artists. There's definitely a circuit. And more I feel like country is just kind of blowing up a little bit more than it used to. Um, which is great. There's a big community, and there's everywhere you go there's country music playing. The bars, there's like country themed restaurants, bars everywhere you go, and we all know each other. It's a really cool community.
So, were you a singer songwriter before you moved to California?
By hobby, yes. I always sang. I always wrote music, songs for myself. I dabbled slightly in my early 20s, and then I met my husband, and kind of just like life happened, and I had kids. So not really professionally, mostly just for myself until obviously recently.
What made you take the jump?
Yeah. Um, I think it's something that is such a big part of me. And my kids were going to like grade school. So I had more time on my hands and I couldn't stop writing. And I was just having this moment of like, I'm going to be old one day and be so mad at myself for not doing something. And I had so many friends that were pushing me. They're like, no, like you're good. You should definitely at least go out and play. And finally I did it. And it just kind of one thing led to another until, you know, I'm playing out and I'm having the time of my life. So happy that I did it. It's my little over a quarter life crisis. Not a midlife crisis, not a quarter life crisis. I don't know what you call it.
I'd like to think quarter life, but.
No, it's not quite. Not quite.
So, do you remember your first time actually playing out?
Yes. My own music, yeah. I mean, I performed in high school and all that, but it wasn't that long ago. It was October of 2024. I finally like gained the courage to go to an open mic at like a writer's round. And it's like you have to pull your name out of a hat to like even get a chance to go up there. And I show up terrified, and they didn't even call my name. And I was like being ridiculous the whole time. They like would pull names. I'm like, it says Kay Morris. It says Kay Morris. And they were like, no. The guy sitting next to me got called, and he was just laughing at me. So he was like, I have two songs I can sing. So do you want to just take one of my songs? And I was like, yes. So I went up and I sang one song, and the host was like, this is your first time singing out? I'm like, yeah. I mean, since high school, yeah, but that was like totally different. So, and then after that, they asked me back, and then one thing led to another, and like kind of just like seeing how far I can get. And it's been, sorry, it's been fun. I get to play like Hotel Cafe. It's closing down. I don't know if you're familiar with Hotel Cafe in West Hollywood. Oh, not West Hollywood, Hollywood. It's a really cool venue, but they're closing. They're opening somewhere else, but it's kind of like like a staple in Hollywood for musicians. So I got to play there. That was so cool. Desert Five Spot, all these places where I like, not in my wildest dreams when I was like nervous going for an open mic would I have thought that I would be even playing these places.
What led to those places? Just the one thing? Like, did you just make so many friends that night, or
Yeah,
just
no,
how'd you get
no,
your
no.
name out there?
No, I did the open mic and then so it's like a writer's round. So they have like featured writers who will do rounds. And then in between those featured rounds, they have like they'll pull a couple of people out of a hat. They can just do an open mic. So like whoever, right? And so after I played, they're like, we want to invite you back to do a feature. And so I did that. And then I did a few times and it's called the writers round, Laguna Beach, OC. It's amazing. I mean, honestly, it's such a great community and I literally would be doing nothing if it wasn't for them. But I started doing that and then I just started, making friends and doing my own research. And I'm like, oh, well, if I can do this, like, what else can I do? And so I'm just researching and like reaching out to people. And I was always so surprised. I was like, hey, I want to come play here. And they're like, oh, awesome. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I was just kind of like something that I needed because I wrote for so long and I sang for so long and I never ever really shared it. And so this is just like it's such a good feeling to like be reaching out to these places like blind and like having them be like, yeah, come and play. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's been really cool.
So you're doing all that, and you're still a mom on top of that. So how do you fit
Yeah.
all this stuff in there?
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I just well, first of all, my husband is insanely supportive. So that is like number one, right? Um, but we typically will just get a babysitter if I have to be somewhere, which can be logistically like hard at times. Or if he needs to, he'll just stay home with the kids. But he actually works a lot and comes home late, so sometimes it gets challenging. But yeah, but they love it too. They're very much into it. I don't know, they look up to it, and it's good to for me to show them like the courage to get up and do what I'm doing. And being a mom doesn't stop you from like living out a dream that you have.
So when you work on songs or play songs, do you play them a lot?
Yeah, I'll play stuff for them. The guy where I recently wrote one, and I keep, obviously when like when you have a song, really, yeah, this is one that I'm like finishing, and they'll start singing it. And when I know that they're like singing it around the house, they're like, "Mom, I just have that new song stuck in my head." I'm like, "Okay, I'm on the right track." But yeah, no, they love it. I mean, sometimes though, like with the production process, when I keep listening to the songs before I'm actually like approved, like, yeah, this is like the version we want to release. They're like, we don't want to hear this song again. Like, guys, hold on. No, I need to listen to it. But they're really, yeah. It's wild, but we're doing it.
Now with these people you've met at the other write arounds and stuff, do you co-write songs?
Starting to, yeah. Um, starting to when I get back, actually, I have some plans to meet with some people to do a little more co-writing. Especially just like I just went to Nashville and like, meeting everybody and being in the rounds there and stuff. Like there's so much co-writing going on and I've just been really writing on my own, which is kind of cool, I guess, because it's hard to write a song, period, but to do it on your own is like, I guess, kind of a flex. But also, two heads are better than one, three heads are better than one. Like everybody has such good ideas, and sometimes more cooks is better.
How does your songwriting start? Do you start with a melody, or do you write the lyrics first?
It just depends. I have so many different ways of. There's no like set process for me. Sometimes I will just be messing around with the guitar and then like lyrics will pop into my head and I'll have like melody and lyrics and then it just unfolds. Or I'll just be in the shower and like humming then all of a sudden I have a melody and then I'll just, accompany it with my guitar. And then sometimes I'll like purposely go in like it's a song that I recently wrote. I was like, "Ugh, I need like some inspiration. And so I took one of my favorite Blake Shelton songs, She Wouldn't Be Gone, and I was like, well, maybe I should like rewrite my own song in like the female's perspective of like how she's feeling in this. And it doesn't sound anything like Blake Shelton's song, but it was just getting myself in that headspace of like emotionally and storytelling wise of like what this woman would feel like. Because I'm like, I got to do that sometimes. Like, I'm in a happy marriage. I'm like, I can't write sad songs.
And that's a lot of country music, is a lot of sad songs
Yeah,
too.
well, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have songs I just, the ones that just pop in my head with a melody and I'm just like random lyrics. It's like, they're, I have songs about like, you know, two women dating the same guy and like they basically murder him and like bury him in the desert. And everyone's like, they're like, look at my husband. They're like, stupid one eye open. I'm like, no, I don't know where this came from. It was just like a fun story, but it's so random. It's a random process for me.
So do you like the storytelling aspect of writing songs, or do you have like a lot of like real life experiences in your songs too?
There's a little bit of both. I think just living life and like experiencing emotions in general, you can put yourself in a space of like a situation that you've been in to like pull out like the nuances of how you were feeling, like maybe just like bringing yourself back to the literal scene of something that made you feel a certain way because you're telling a story, you know, you're describing things, like you're describing emotions and a picture on the wall. I don't know. Anything random, you know, that's country music. So
Now, when you're playing out, do you have anybody like come up afterwards and like tell you how they related to one of your songs?
yeah, yeah, I do. Preach, the main one that I released last fall. It is that was actually a personal one for me. Just because my parents are complete opposites, and like my mom was visiting for Thanksgiving, and she's very much she's very religious, and I don't know how to say this. She's amazing. I love her. But my dad is a hippie, and he's so free spirited, and my mom is like not. And so she was in town and I literally wrote it while I was taking a shower. And she was downstairs and I came down, I'm like, Mom, I wrote a song about you. She's like, Kate. I'm like, listen. But it's about like the struggle of um just like being a good person at your core, but like, you know, like say you're a good person, but you're like, oh, you'll go out and have drinks with your friends, or you get a little rowdy on a Friday night, you go out to the bar, or you whatever it is. Like you're a good person, but maybe you're not doing things that like certain people would deem as like acceptable. And so people have been like, oh, I totally like relate to that. It's basically like preach to me. Like you think I'm the devil, but I don't think I am. But then you got me questioning. So that's yeah. But yes, I have. And then also just the emotion that goes into it. People are like, I just like felt it. I'm like, good.
How did
That's
your
what we're
mom
supposed to
feel
do.
when she heard it?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she didn't tell me honestly. She likes it, but I don't know. I guess we'll never know. But she seems to be okay with it.
Do you have a favorite story from playing out?
You know, I was thinking about that. I'm like, what am I? Because I really have only been playing out for a year and a half ish, maybe a little, almost 2 years, I guess, could be fair to say. But one of my favorite memories was recently. I was playing at this. It's like a steakhouse slash like Western themed bar. It has like a mechanical bull and all of it. And my kids were there, and a lot of our friends and her friends, like everybody kind of rallied because they just wanted to come and hang out and support. And she got up and she sang a Morgan Wallen song in front of the entire restaurant. And I was like so unbelievably proud of her because she used to be the shyest child. Like we'd walk into a birthday party and she was like clinging to my leg the entire time. She was that kid. So for me, that was like so huge. And for me, it's like the fact that I'm doing this and she sees it, like I'm hoping that that at least was a little bit of a factor in the fact that she was doing that, from going to this like extremely shy kid to singing in front of an entire bar. It's not like she's singing at like a little school play with just her grade. Like she was at a bar with people she doesn't know, just singing. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Anyway, I honestly wouldn't have done it at that age. So that's probably my favorite memory so far.
I wouldn't do it now. So, do they write their own songs or anything or sing?
Yes,
And
they do. Yeah, she
yeah,
has like she has her little iPad. And she like, I'll see her like pressing the record and like voice memos. And she's like, and then she like keeps recording it over. She's like, wait, mom, did you hear that? That was good. I'm like, oh yeah, keep going. Keep going. It's cute.
You have to save all those, and then when she
Yeah. You just,
graduates, play it back for
oh yeah, for sure. She's going to be like, oh no.
her. My daughter likes to record YouTube shorts of herself
Mm,
dancing and stuff, and
yeah.
I've backed all those up.
Yes, you have to. How old is
Hmm.
she?
9.
Oh, okay. My daughter's 9.
So yeah,
Yeah.
she's a dancer.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah.
You said you write like all the time, like when you're in the shower or just walking around and humming and stuff like that. Do you ever like make time? You're like, I need to write something and try to sit down and
Yeah.
write.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is also hard when you're, doing everything. Like it is insane sometimes just the kids and their schedule. And then when you're an independent artist, like literally you are doing everything. And it's like the booking and the social media, the reels and the writing. And like there's so many buckets of things that need to get done. And I'm doing them all. Plus like running a house is like, it's insane. But yeah, I get antsy. I'm like, I need to just sit down and like write because like I just feel like I don't have time sometimes. But it's guess I'm right in the car. When it hits, I guess. But yeah, no, I definitely try to sit down and actually write, especially if I'm going to start co-writing more. That's like you're there with someone and you're writing and you're not going in. That's it. That's all you're doing for the next few hours.
Do you have like a bunch of phone memos that you record when you hear something or think of something?
Yeah, yeah, a lot. I don't know, I'm on like voice memo number like 5 something. And I'm so bad with like actually naming the voice memo of what it is, like the idea was. And so if I want to go back to something, like listening for like 10 minutes, like it's just random humming sometimes. I'm like, what am I even doing? Finally, I find it, but I'm like, oh God, I got to get a better system.
You'll just have a song one day called Voice Memo 87,
Right?
you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I should actually. I should, right? Because I don't remember. Yeah. That's what my phone looks like.
So you only have one song actually released currently, right? And that came out,
Yeah.
you said, last October.
Yeah. Total newbie.
And how was the how was the process of that? How long ago did you write that compared to when you released it?
I wrote it. I wrote it November of 24. So it was like a month after I started like even playing out in the world. It was Thanksgiving of 24 and I wrote it fairly quickly. Um, and then I was kind of just figuring everything out at the time because like I was just doing like writers rounds and I don't know what I was doing. And then it got to the point probably by the spring where I was like, okay, I need to actually like record a song and like release it. So it wasn't too long. It was like 6 months before I like found the producer. And then timing wise, I didn't actually go in and record it till like June. But then I don't even know why it took so long, but just like busy life, a lot of back and forth. But it was probably done in like September. And then of course you want to like give yourself a few weeks, right? So the whole process from the writing of the song to actually releasing it was almost a year.
And
In a nutshell, sorry, that's like a really long-winded answer to that.
yeah, no, yeah.
Hey,
Well,
in
I
a
don't want you to just
nutshell.
be like 1 year, and then that would be the answer.
Yeah,
I'd rather hear more
I also
about it.
don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like
yeah.
going on and on. Yeah, yes, it was a year, almost.
And then so you wrote the song, and then when you go in and record it, and then you have all the other instruments and everything come in on it, like did you was it exciting to hear it actually like as a whole production with all the instruments and backing vocals and
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just because I've never done that before, so and just being like new to the whole independent artist thing. It was really cool. It was really cool. And this new single coming out, it's called Tumbleweeds, August 14th. Also, it's because it's a different producer, so it's like a different sound, but it's I really like it. It's like a little more rocky, but it has like the pedal steel in it. Like killer guitar solo. Because I grew up with like jazz always playing in my house, and so I think that's definitely you can hear it in my music. So I'm really excited about that. So they've both been such different processes and so exciting in different way, different for different reasons, I guess. But my producer Tim Geyser is also my drummer. So
He plays the drums in your song, and then
hmm
does he bring in actual, like an actual recording guitarist and
yeah,
everything
yeah.
else for all
So
that?
yeah, so on the new single, the guitar player is a guy that I know who's, playing country music in the circuit, and he's so talented. Um, he came in and just I sent him the song and I was like, can you like, because I know how good he is. I'm like, can you just like play around with it and see what you come up with for like the lead guitar? And he sent me something. I'm like, okay, you're coming. His name's Jeff Livingstone. He's really good. And then as far as the other, oh, and then my bassist also, the one that I play out with as well. He came into the studio to do it, and then the other instruments, the pedal steel, and some of the background vocals are women that I have not met yet, but I'm sure I will soon.
Do they have a lot of opinions and stuff, like on how maybe some of the songs should sound?
Not in a way that it's like no, not in a push. Like the dynamic is good. It's not like pushy at all, and there's a lot of respect in like hearing each other out. And I think because we're so much on the same page anyway, it just works really well.
How was the process of finding a producer?
Well, I don't know because I'm so new at it. I'm like, the first single I met the producer at Hotel Cafe. And I liked him. He liked the song, and I just knew that I wanted to, record a song, and I liked what he did. So it worked out. Like we were vibing, it was good, and I'm so happy with it. I love it. But he was also very far away from me. He was like a 2-hour drive for me. And so if I had to go back in, it was harder, especially having kids and having to like go for the whole day and drive out to Westlake, it was far. And then I met Tim, and originally he was just going to be my drummer, but he also is a producer. And so I was like, maybe we should like try to produce a song together. And it ended up being so good. I love it. And he's so easy to work with, and he has great ideas, and he's a phenomenal drummer. So that's my experience so far. So I will be using him again. So if that's, any consolation.
What's your plan for releasing music? Do you do you just like releasing singles? You want to release one every so often? Have you ever thought about making a whole album or an EP?
Yeah, of course I've thought about it. But for now I'm going to try to release singles for the time being at least. But I'm going to try to do it a little closer together because Preach came out along like last fall. Was in the world of music and releasing songs, it's forever ago. So the plan is to keep releasing more frequently and hopefully to gain some momentum.
Always, right?
Yeah, that damn momentum. Just when you think you're like going and going and you're like, wait a second.
Have you
It's a
thought
roller
about
coaster.
quitting yet?
Not like, not really. But like, there's definitely days where I'm just like, am I crazy? Like, do people actually want to listen to me singing? But then you have really high moments of like, you're booking a lot and you're getting like a lot of really good reception, and like you're just like you're like in the zone kind of, right? And then but it's always, but I think with everything in life, right? But it's a little bit harder to stomach, I think, sometimes for a lot of people when it's like the music, it's very personal, and like you know, you play somewhere and they're like, oh my God, you were so amazing. And like, you brought in so many people. We love you. And then you're like, oh, great. I want to come back. And then like nobody responds to you. And you're like, what did I do? But no, it's just kind of like the, that's what it is, you know? And then 2 weeks later, they're like, oh, hey, sorry, I was so busy. So it's like, you can't take anything personally, I guess. So as far as like, I want to quit because I'm like feeling like not good about it, I know that it's always going to pass because no matter what, it always ends up being like, you're getting in your own head and like everybody has a life and whatever it is. So no.
It does get hard though, I bet, because
Yeah.
I interviewed a gentleman once and I asked him what he did in his free time, and he said, "This is my free time. Music is my free time."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's more than a full-time job. So it's crazy. If you're independent, it's so many things to do, so many things to keep track of. And like just even like the content making is very time consuming, but you have to do it. And like you just don't have like free time all the time to like make content, you know?
Yeah, and it's hard to be like creative with that when
Mm,
it's like, oh, I have to be creative in my, my social media, but I also have to be creative in my music. And
yeah. 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 Sometimes it can take away the creativity really because it's like you're in this like mode of like checking the box versus like just being creative. So you gotta like when it comes, you gotta like take advantage of it.
it's true. Yeah, you could post one day and it gets real good reviews, and like you get a lot of likes and new follows, and then you could post the next day and you don't get anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. And like things that you think are like ridiculous, everybody's like, oh yeah. And you're like, okay. You'll spend like 2 hours editing something like this is so good. And you're like one comment. I'm like, all right, I give up.
I know. I always overthink everything I try to post, and I'm like, no, I should change that, or it might have a 1 second at the end where somebody starts to say something else, and I'll be like, oh, I got to cut that out and go back and
Yeah.
re-edit it, and
Yeah. I
yeah,
think I think I get it like less is more sometimes. I think just like don't just do it and like don't overthink it.
I
I
agree.
think that's yeah, that is like yeah, the music industry. I think what I'm doing in a nutshell is like constantly reminding yourself, don't overthink it and just do it and like forward and that's it because you can get so tangled up in self-doubt and like writer's block, all of it, you know?
If you had writer's block yet?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I don't know if it's writer's block or I just like don't have time. But yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's times where I feel like writing just comes so easy to me and I have like 1,000 like everything is inspirational to me. Like I'm constantly writing notes like I got to write about this, I got to write about that. And there's other times where I'm like I can't even think of a single line. Like what is going on?
That's a good time to just go out
Do
and
the
go do something, right?
Yep, clean the house. That's what I do.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Yeah. It actually works. I was like trying to write and was having a hard time and I just had like kind of like an ADHD moment of like, I'm gonna paint my house by myself. So I like painted my entire downstairs by myself. And I had so many ideas while I was like just painting and like listening to like music while I was doing it. It's like, and I think I wrote, I don't know how many songs I wrote after that, but it was like something about it worked.
well, I mean, I guess you'll have to paint the upstairs next, huh?
I know, I do actually. It's therapeutic.
So, do you have a lot of finished songs that,
I
like,
do, yeah.
when you go, of course, you go out and you play writers' rounds, and then you'll go out and actually play, just shows and
Right.
stuff. Now, when you play your shows, is it all originals or?
I guess it depends. It depends. Typically if it's like a bar restaurant, because you're hired for entertainment really. So it is very heavy on covers. And then I'll throw my own stuff in there a little bit here and there. Um Because I mean, when you're out drinking with your friends, like you want to be singing along and like, you know, hearing the stuff that you're familiar with. Like, I get that. But I'll throw in my own, you know, just because I have to. Like, how could I not? But
Right.
yeah, those are, but then you'll have ones that are solely like about the artist, feature, and, you know, that's nice. You can play your own stuff.
Do you have songs that you have complete but you've never played them out?
Um, Probably. I don't know. There's a couple that if I did play them out, it's like been once. But most of them I think I've played out. But also when you're doing writers rounds, like you want to like test everything out, right? So you don't want to keep playing the same stuff over and over again. So, and that's another thing. I'm like, if I want to go do a writers round, I'm like, I gotta make sure I write a new song before I go.
Yeah, that's
You're like,
I
my head
enjoy
is spinning.
I enjoy them. I enjoy writers rounds. I love going to watch and listening to them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
the best. So fun. Do you play at all?
I do not.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, just enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Writers rounds are the best.
I do this side.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
So I guess when people listen to your music, is there something you want them to feel?
Uh, yeah, it's something that they can relate to. Something, I mean, you know, when you hear a song that just like hits you a certain way, that's like emotionally, or even it could just be the melody, but it's like having that like for me, it's like hearing something like you have an emotion or a feeling about something and you can't put it in your own words, and then you hear a song that is so beautifully like that is the emotion you're feeling, and not just that, it's like down to little details, you know. It's there's like this magical thing that happens where it's when a writer can write something that's very specific but yet so universal and it just like hits people, you know. That's what I want to do. That is my goal.
Do you know when you get that in a song?
I think so. I think there's definitely like a response that I get from you can see it. I mean, other people even see it. One of my guitar players, we were playing a show where it was all covers and it was great and everybody's listening and it was fun, but then I was like, oh, this is my own song, but like you can just tell it's my own song and just the emotion that goes into it and like the way I sing it, and everybody stopped and he was like, did you when you played your own song, like literally everybody stopped and was like watching you, because it was like I don't know if it was the lyrics or if it was just like the way I was presenting it, but it's like when that happens it's like, yeah, okay, this is why I'm doing it. This is like to have that moment of like people are relating to it, or like you're you're affecting somebody in a positive way, at least I hope so.
So for people who don't come to writers rounds or see you playing out, like since you've only had one song released, why would people want to like be interested in listening to you?
Yeah. They don't have to be, but they should be. Like, they don't have to be. I don't know. I have my own kind of sound, I think, and my own way of writing music. And, you know, it's just a new artist. It's somebody that you could absolutely fall in love with or not. It's,
Is there artists that you've met playing out that you fell in love with their music and you listen to it now?
yeah. You mean like in the round, like in the local cell
Yeah.
Kelsey? Yeah, there's so many. And I do listen to it. Um, there's Ashley Felton is a girl who I met recently who's very much out in the scene, and she's helped me even like with questions that I have. I'm like, what am I doing? She's been very sweet. Um, you know, some of my guitar players that I play with, they're writers too, and they're all incredible. Like Jeff Livingstone, there's a guy that I play with, Jay Christ, and he's actually going more like the metal route, which is good. I like metal, but he's really a really good writer. There's so many. They're all so good. I mean, honestly, everybody's got like their own message, their own way of telling a story. And so for me, I just love that. Yeah. And who else? I was doing a writer's round with Alyssa Ann as well. And then this girl, Madison, they were both so good too. I mean, I guess it's like when you're in the room too and you're like listening to the words and you're like there, it's just different. It hits different, you know?
I found sometimes I'll go to a round and I'll hear the song and I'll hear it them play it acoustic, and then I'll hear their produced song with everything, and I'll be like, man, I really liked that acoustic version better than I do the actual song that's out.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had that too.
And I don't
Yeah.
know if it's just hearing them sing it then and there, and
Right.
or if
It's
it's,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So all when do you say your next single's coming out? August
August
14th?
14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
called
is, you said it was called what?
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds. And
Mhm.
what would you say is the base of the story for this song?
It is like me, it would be like my perspective of watching, like, say, a friend who is dating or trying to go after a guy who is like very much emotionally unavailable and is like a player or whatever it is. This is one of those songs where I just like started messing around with the guitar, and then like words came to my head, and then like it just kind of turned into something. I'm like, I don't know where this is going, and then this is what it turned into. But it's good. It's kind of like, probably because I listened to a lot of Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert growing up. It's like that cautionary tale of like, stay away from this guy. But it's comparing basically someone like that is like the line is like, you can't pick petals off of tumbleweeds, saying, when you're a kid, the daisies, like, he loves me not, he loves me, he loves me not. It's basically saying like, there's not even like an option, like you can't pick petals off of tumbleweeds, he's gone with the wind. But it's catchy, it's a little more on like the bluesy rock side ish, it's a little bit of everything. I love it. So
Cool. Well, I'll be excited
yeah.
to hear it when that comes out.
Yeah.
And what would you say is your best social media platform for people to follow you on?
I'm I am on TikTok and Instagram. It's at Kate Morris Music, KateMorris Music. I am definitely more active on Instagram. I should really get on TikTok, but I check Instagram much more, and I'm posting much more on Instagram. So you had to choose.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Kate, thanks for coming on here today. It's been nice
Thank
talking
you
to
for
you.
having me. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you for having me. This was awesome. It was so nice meeting you.
you too.
All right, take care.